Okay, this is a little bit of a primer here on using Geometer Sketchpad to get what we need out of our drawing here. And one of the things that we could do to make it most useful is to go ahead and actually put things in inches, so when we're measuring all our line segments that we put on the our sketchpad picture here, that we can use that, print it out, and be, have it be very useful for us. So at any rate, what I want to do is that I want to state one thing, is that we're not going to be able to make it like a one-to-one scale. It's actually going to be a two-to-one scale, and that means is that our picture here is going to be smaller. Okay, and so for everything that we put here on the screen, you're going to have to double those because if you remember, our bridge has to be minimum base length of 24 inches. Your computer screen is not 24 inches wide, and Geometer Sketchpad likes to measure things as they appear on the screen, so we'd be stuck there. So we're going to scale it down halfway, and then when you do our final measurements on the sketchpad, you know that you just have to double those using the similarity properties that we talked about in class. So anyhow, let's start off with our base, and this takes a little bit of messing around with to get right. And so we start off with the base, and we want to measure that, and you notice the first thing that it's going to do is that it's going to kick out something in centimeters, which we do not want. We want inches, because that's what our project calls for. To undo that, if you will, it's going to go to preferences, and we'll switch that to inches and apply to this sketch, and you can see that we'll have this in inches. Now, what you want to do is you want to get that, of course, down to 12. And if you get to the point, I hit it exactly on the dot, but if you are kind of like dinkering around with this and you find that this number 12 is hard to hit, you can also, instead of relying on your pointer, you can rely on the directional keys, and you can adjust it to the hundredth. So anyhow, there's your base, AB, and that's 12 inches. And one of the things that you want your bridge to have, or the sketch, well, you want your end bridge to have as well, is symmetry. And so, to do so, let's go ahead and find the midpoint of AB as a good starting spot. And so I'm going to do this, click it, and let's construct a midpoint. And so we found it. And we're going to use that then when we have this. You can see that the the point is already lit up, and so now you can click on the line segment here, and we can construct then a perpendicular line, which is a line that's 90 degrees to that, and you can see that now I have a halfway point to my bridge. Okay, now whether the perpendicular line is going to be part of your bridge or not, it still marks a line of symmetry, because you do want your bridge to be symmetrical. That is that same as on the left as it is on the right, and it's this good bridge construction, and it's one of our primary components of geometry. So let's use this perpendicular line here. Like, say if I wanted to, for example, make, I don't know, part of my truss that was going to come up here, meet in the middle, and then come back down to B. You can see that I would have this part that's going to be equal on both sides, and I can adjust it as I see fit, so I can adjust it in real time. The advantage over this, rather than a drawing, is that if you don't like something, you can just move it around. And so, likewise, how we know that AB is going to be 12 inches here, that means is that it's going to be 24 in our actual product. We could find this length very quickly and say measure it, and that's going to be 6.55 inches on here, so that means, of course, you double that, and that's going to give you what, 13.1 inches. And it should be the same on both sides, of course. And just to, might as well put that out there. And you can see that when you are doing this out, as you move it, you can definitely see this adjusting in real time. Now, that's really all I'm going to give you as far as the design. No one would ever make a truss just as a triangle like so, but I want you to, via your research and what you know about geometry, to fill in the rest of the trusses however that you see fit, using the designs and the PDFs and the Webquests and some of the handouts that we have in class. So, what you want to do also, when you are done with this assignment, you want to make sure that it's saved correctly. So I need it saved under your name. Oops. Okay. And then I wanted just to name it the Bridge Project. I also would like a copy of it sent to my email, and my email, once more, is denplots@mac.com. And what I expect from your final, when you're very happy with what you have for the truss of your bridge, I want it to have all these measurements in here, again in inches. Okay. One of the things that you probably also want, hint hint nudge nudge, are the angle measures, okay? Because when you're building these, you're going to be building them with, again, on a separate piece of butcher paper, and having the actual angles will be helpful, and you might as well get them while you're here. And these angles are not going to change because if we make this longer, it's still going to go ahead and be proportional. Remember that proportional triangles, the sides are similar, but all the angles are always congruent. So you don't need to worry about the angles changing or doubling or anything else. Those stand pat wherever they're at. Okay, and so unless you move this up and down, right? So at any rate, that's the real quick food for thought tutorial, and I look forward to getting all your ideas with the bridge project part here. And yeah, that's that. Happy designing.